not a nerd. We're going into the game. Game number
Till the enemy reaches the
4.
battlefield.
4.
No, 5.
Game number 5.
Deployed.
Goal game number 5. Blacklist against ONIC.
We are here back with the 1-1 onto Chewe for ONIC. And of course, Blacklist first picking the Fredrin to go with the Novaria Valentina that we thought that they will be picking up. That means that Blacklist International will just fix their execution and not their draft. This is so standard. Blacklist International and ONIC, can they repeat the tempo that they did in the past 4 games?
Okay, if we're gonna talk about don't repeat the mistakes, let's recap of what happened in previous games. After game number 3, Blacklist has been picking up the tempo. They're pushing their foot forward and forcing things out. But they start losing around the turtle. How do you fix that? Like, don't even go for the turtle? Try to force kills? What's going on?
I guess the things that they do outside of the turtle timings, that's really what they need to go back. Like the gambit that they did, although you understand the theory behind it, the execution wasn't as perfect. They were losing the retribution. So maybe that is what they need to fix. Not the turtle fights, not the neutral objectives, because they're doing so well with that. It's what they do outside of it that loses them the game.
For this lane, though, the gold lane, I do want to talk a little bit about the selection of spells. Sprint instead of Purify. Usually, when you see this composition from ONIC, a lot of CC, especially with the 1-1 as well, the Purify gives you a lot of value, taking away the weakness points as well. So, what you can see from this is Blacklist wants to utilize Owl as the janitor. He wants to come in and clean up.
100%.
Yeah, right now, looking at itemization as well, looks like Owl is giving respect over to 1-1, having the steel leg plates. Keyboy doing a little bit of shuffle in front of My Venus as well as Yue. And we can hear that the turtle now has spawned Keyboy as well as Yue trying to get level 4. It looks like they're going to get it. Wise starting up. Now Blacklist, you can't make a mistake, Edward goes in.
Oh, that's going to be a stun 2-man from Edward, Agent Zero. What? Instantly.
So good.
A massive play.
Excuse me, whoop! Not only did 2 members of ONIC disappeared, oh my Venus! Acting like Wise, taking away the turtle.
A good job for Keyboy defending the orange buff. Had it not, I mean, Wise could have taken it so easily. Kyrie will catch up, but yeah, Edward, we were talking about and hyping up this guy. The way that he plays this level up is so good. He landed on 2, eliminated them. He is going to be the key for Blacklist International.
Alright, looking at Edward, honestly, very fast reactions. He used his flicker to get into a better positioning, making sure that he can get all of those hits. So, alright, a very good start because we just talked about how they manage the turtle. This is way better. Now, how do they move things forward? What kind of plays are Blacklist trying to do? Are they going to try to control the jungle?
100%. I think that they will take the turtle, the river first, and then the jungle, or maybe a sector of the jungle of ONIC.
All right, that's going to be the chain CC. Good cancel on the Phantom Execution. CW, they're all the way in the bottom lane, all alone now. There's going to be a Keyboy who jumps in. CW will fall. Wise picks up the kill right now. The Fury catches Dewey, but he's able to dash out of the real-world manipulation. And so far, they're early game Wise goes back in front. It's a taunt and a double kill for Blacklist in the start of game 5.
And the energy eruption taunt coming out from Wise catching 2 has so much value because now you have the damage coming out from Oh My Venus. That's a second skill dealing so much damage, and the longer you stay in that spot, it's HP based as well. It means that even the tanks will suffer from the damage output of Oh My Venus. 4 assists already. You have to be looking at shutting down Wise because he's able to just set up for his team.
Dude, Novaria doesn't show off because Novaria does a lot of damage, but it's very unsuspecting. You're just staying inside the pool and you're like, I'm not in any danger. And I'd be like, wait, I thought I had more HP. What's going on? And now ONIC, they are, for now, getting controlled by Blacklist. 1.8k gold lead. Wise starting up the turtle again. And this time, look at this. Edward goes in again.
Keyboy going to be engaged on, pops into an Fury, but it's a bit too late. It's a killing spree and a good reset from Blacklist. And Boots is able to flicker out and he pays his wrath, but it's not going to be enough. He dies instead. Didn't even pop the split. Now Kyrie's next on the chopping block as they engage on him. Thorn Rose, but no red.
Wait! Whoa! No way!
He's able to escape. Sans with a real world manipulation. Wise dives in under the turret. I'm not too sure about the plays right now. How did Kai get no? Venus opens it up.
Come on.
Looking for a Phantom Fusion. Kyrie! What the heck?
No way!
What?
No way!
What?
No!
What?
That can't happen.
How?
That's illegal.
That has never happened.
Replay! Dude, okay.
It's the tick damage for sure, but why?
Replay.
I don't want to get in the field cheated.
Impossible.
I don't want to get in the field cheated. Look at the instant replay here.
Impossible.
Dude.
He already won the fight. He gets
Okay.
Kyrie going for Yue,
He
and
did
then
his
you
red
win.
tree.
Wait. No,
He does have red. You have
use
tick
it.
damage. You have tick damage no
No,
matter
it's
what.
from the orange. No,
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't
from-
red tree.
no,
He didn't look at the red tree.
No, wait.
It
Look,
was
look,
so
look.
far.
He didn't red tree. I told you he didn't red tree.
It's the tick damage. Twice.
The orange buff.
No, you have the passive, the red tree.
The passive.
The passive of the red tree.
Oh my god.
Dude,
No
wait.
way.
How did he? No way.
No
Is-
way. Weiss missed that. Weiss missed that.
When God is on your side.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Oh.
I mean, people can say that's not fair, but you know what? That's life. I don't know what to tell you, man. And now Boots taking up quite a lot of damage.
Split. You can't escape from this one. A good real world manipulation stolen away now. Kyrie. There's no way he escapes from this. Phantom. Oh, okay, never mind. Phantom execution, a runaway. CW gets a turret, dodges away from the appraiser's wrath. Kai, finally. There you go. There you go. Finally, man.
Dude, I'm sorry. I use a lot of my energy for that one.
Yeah, same.
You know what? I'd rather be lucky
Can't
than good.
happen.
Like, what are the chances? I actually checked it out. I calculated the chances. You know how much it is?
How much?
1 in 15 million.
Well, this is not 1 in 15 million for this fight. It's all ONIC 100-0. What happened? Why isn't Venus got caught? Keyboy is online. I was looking for split, but Boots and CW responded over as the turtle should be free for Kyrie, but he goes for the purple first. No, he's rotating already. 4 seconds on Venus. He should be free. You and Edward trying to deal some damage. I'm not too sure what they're trying to achieve here. Maybe possibly winning the fight right now. Boots is fourth. He's a split. Able to escape for now, but asking the bravest fighter. Retribution by Kyrie to secure the turtle. Blacklist International able to push ONIC back though.
Oh, really? Blacklist International, they might have got tilted by the turtle because that fight looked like as if they're not crossing their T's and dotting their I's. They went in there blindly, and that meant that Keyboy found the opening. They didn't look for Edward first, which should have been the hero to cancel the Million-1 Fury or maybe just disrupt the backlines. Oh my Venus, as well as Weiss, if they don't have their knockups anymore, there's no way for Keyboy to be stopped when using the Million-1 Fury. And there wasn't anyone from Blacklist to scout that out. That meant that ONIC clearly takes that turtle. And the fact that they lost their mid lane, kind of weird for Blacklist.
Right now, looking into the situation, still 1.6k gold lead for Blacklist. So far, Al has been free farming, having 2 assists onto himself. And I gotta say, both Edward and Yue are popping off. Edward especially, I would say, is the big difference maker here, making it so that Blacklist has an easier time fighting around the neutral objectives.
It's gonna be curious, but interestingly, Blacklist still are leading. So we have not been talking about Owl. This is probably the quietest game for Owl. 0-0 in 2. He's farming. I think he has the Golden Staff as well as the Demon Hunter Sword. So Sans really wants to
racking out his stacks.
Racking his stacks.
Yep. You got to make sure that if Leo Murphy comes back, he's not going to be able to catch up. Now, Boots as well as Sans in the mid lane. Wise. Is he going to be that Psycho Fredrin going over to Sans? But again, Sans is one of those. Oh,
Keyboy's here.
Owl just poking out CW.
Okay, good body block as well from Keyboy. But for both of these teams, again, I think for ONIC and Blacklist, let's see. Mid-game power spike, who should it favor, Wolf?
Man. I guess ONIC, just because of carry getting level 12. I guess in a 5v5 setting, you would still favor Blacklist International. In a re-engage setup, that's when ONIC lands. So the power spike is definitely Blacklist International. Had it been that Weiss is catching up to Kyrie's levels, Kyrie got 2 turtles out of nowhere. And now he's a level ahead of Weiss.
Well, Owl with Blazing Duet early, very early now. Bob's gonna sprint as well. Boot's gonna be gunned down. Wow, beautiful damage as Kyrie jumps into the back line. CW is still here, but it's Boots 0-4-0. Not a good stat for the captain.
Yeah, right now we can definitely see the type of player Owl is. If he sees an opportunity, he's gonna go guns blazing. Not a type to look at the situation. He's just like, I'm gonna make my own luck. Kyrie now going up against Yue so far. Again, not doing quite a lot of damage. The Ward Dance here usually is Blacklist kind of game. Now, ONIC, how are you going to fight back?
Well, Edward He's waiting in that bush right now. No one spots him. Keyboard's already very low. If no one spots him here, Edward might go for a lot of damage.
Wow.
But finally, Kyrie is able to open up that bush. Meanwhile, bottom, you can already see Sans earlier used up the real world manipulation. A big resource here to be used up as the Lord is still being poked back and forth.
Say what you will about Blacklist, their Lord Dance is so crisp.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. CW is looking quite low. And speaking of which, Keyboy has that flicker. I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for a Blacklist to get into the habit of grouping up, doing the ube, and then punishing that.
Watch
Edward.
out for Wise. Oh yeah, with Edward as well. On the back, on the long lane. Wise is always resetting the Lord because he knows that Kyrie is a level ahead of him. So what they need to do is to kill the members of ONIC first. They're just using the Lord as a bait at this point.
And look at the bottom wave. It's going to come crashing down, and that's going to be a lot of XP that Boots is not there to soak in. Edward is 2 levels ahead of Boots right now. A massive advantage that they can certainly use in the next coming fights. And that's an easy siege from the minions alone.
That's
a
right.
good slow push built up. CW is the one who is forced now to be sent down below to clear it.
That's the Lord Dance of Blacklist with the long lane control from Edward. A classic.
Oh, the Blazing Duet. A big resource here, but it's actually a lot of damage. Kyrie forced to use the Phantom Execution. His Boots pops in his split flip, but oh my Venus! Finds the kill. Boots 0-5 and 0. Now Keyboy, whoa, that's gonna be him taken down. Pops him into Fury in time, but there's no damage to take them down. Wise very low. Plays his Wrath beautifully placed to get some more damage. CW has come back into this fight. Is gonna go for one more weakness point, but Yue is able to flicker out. Shut down for Kyritos. Venus is gonna be chased down now by CW. Edward walking back. That was Bravest Fighter. Just 2 more weakness points for CW to fly, and he finds it. Edward, now it's gonna be CW who flies around. Kyrie with the Thorn Rose. Kyrie finally falling. Edward with the flicker, but CW is able to dodge away from it. With an amazing snipe from downtown, ONIC outplayed in the 11th minute.
Blacklist International, they're slowly dancing in a burning room, and ONIC caught all the fire. We saw Chewe was able to find the kill onto Yue, but Edward was so tanky and was so on point into keeping the stacks out. Physical damage reduction with the passive, as well as the kit of Edward. He managed to survive. Then Oh My Venus closes it out. Blacklist International, they're Lord Dance. They're the masters. They've invented it.
Dude, that snipe, CW was dancing around. But Oh My Venus is like, I got my eyes on you.
Got my eyes on you.
You're looking very low. Let me get you back to base. And back to base. Back to base he went.
That's the idea. I mean, folks, this is a masterclass. If you think that your enemy has a level or 2 ahead of you, play the long lane. Clear that out, shove that, clear the minion, the mid lane all the time, slow push the short lane near the Lord. Then turn into heroes first. Don't take the Lord, use it as a bait. Blacklist International, they have mastered that play. And you can see it in action.
They're utilizing the XP lead so well, because if Boots goes down, he's obviously just going to lose out on that. Now though, it's going to be the defense. Still not the enhanced Lord, first Lord of the game, so it should be cleared out by ONIC here, but they should lose their tier 1 in the mid lane. Good micromanagement if they only lose tier 1 in the mid lane, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Blacklist already marching down onto the tier 2. ONIC getting poked down under the turret. Owl goes in. Oh, he still are able to salvage it.
Right now, ONIC playing very well, making sure that they don't lose too much over that Lord. And I kind of feel like that second tier turret down the bot is already too expensive, honestly, for ONIC. So now, again, you talked about it. Right now, Edward 5-0 and 5. Boots, the exact opposite. 0-5 and 0. Not looking well for Boots here on this blue.
There was a timing where Boots wanted to go for the play, for the grab. But of course, Owl already had the Demon Hunter Sword as well as the Corrosion Scythe. And it really spelled the doom for Boots. He cannot even activate his ultimate because of that. And Blacklist quietly took this in a systematic manner. Now, you're gonna wish, what if ONIC went for the Saber Rope? This would be different.
No.
I agree.
Mid lane gonna be pushed down. Blacklist looking for the siege, but it's a good clear from ONIC. That's a lot of damage though. Plays on the Keyboy. It's a real world inflation from UF. Stolen away with IMU will be there to push them back. Ow! Whoa! Venus!
Whoa!
Amidst the chaos, threading the needle with the Astral Sphere. The Queen. Another!
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry for talking smack about the Novaria.
Okay. position 5, Navaria. Ladies and gents, Mr. Shop allows him to get so much farm or so many items very quickly.
Now we're looking
Oh
at
my
the
God!
siege.
Venus wants one more. Should be able to find it here. Sans might actually be forced to use the ultimate. My goodness, that damage. Oh, if it's another, then
Dude.
it's not human, right?
All my Venus is like, you know what? I'll do it myself.
Oh my
He got the first turtle. Wise couldn't get the other two.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing like Kobe right now. Oh my Venus, just very much a boy Curry maybe.
Yeet!
Yeah.
No, wrong? Okay.
Oh my Venus, Chef Venus at this point, right?
Right now, Wise is pulling the Lord over. So now, I know this is Mobile Legends, but ladies and gentlemen, let's learn how to tango with Blacklist.
Okay, again, just a few shots poking it in. But with Athena already popped in, wow, Owl doing a lot of damage just with the passive. Keyboy jumps in, but Owl's able to escape right now, and this poke is going to be ONIC's demise. If they don't trigger it, or if they don't bait it out, it's going to be very hard for them to win the Lord Dance.
Right now, Keyboy already feeling quite low. CW looks a bit hasty. I think he's feeling like I gotta have this in my hands. I gotta do something here.
Yep.
Everyone's getting poked out from ONIC, man. And
midst of
wait, CW? You gotta be careful. Edward's seeing you.
Now he wants to push the short lane, but the long lane is already being controlled by Blacklist. Elements of the Lord Dance. They're getting everything, and the aggro of the Lord is now onto Wise. That's another important element in this Lord Dance.
Okay, mid lane going to be taken care of by
Owl
Kyrie.
is low.
Oh, that's very, very bad for Blacklist International. Real world inflation comes down. Kyrie, he can dash, but can he retreat? This is the question right now. As Owl jumps into the black side. Owl finds a double. It's Wise! The Psycho Brethren! The king of the jungle!
Oh my goodness, watch out.
Secures it for Blacklist. CW running away with boots. 0, 5, and 0. Wise chasing him down now, dashing forward. They want to go for the end. This might just be it with the taunt as well. It's CW who's able to sidestep for Blacklist International with just this wave. They might be able to end. 15 seconds on the clock for Keyboy. Can Chewe do it? Miniwave's coming down. CW goes for it. He clears it out. He clears it. No, there's still one cannon minion. Blacklist International. They are not done yet.
Blacklist International keeping the game alive. ONIC match point, game's not over. Now the score, not even just yet, but that much closer. Now, this best of 7 is 3-2.
There were only two things that happened for Blacklist International that we thought they needed. First, Edward popping up, getting the first 2 kills. Second, the Lord Dance. And if there will be any kind of game that you would want to look at for you to study how Blacklist operate,